Thursday, July 6th, where I'm going live because I feel like it. And I haven't gone live in a while, and I call myself a live streamer, but I haven't been going live. So we're just going to do this thing right now and see what happens because why not, right? Looks like good old Restream has made a few changes in its setup since I logged in recently. So that's happening. Okay. Huh. All right. Now I don't know where any of this stuff is. So fair enough. Hello, Amber. Good to see you here. Good to see you. Good to know that Restream has made some changes to its to its layout. So I don't know what it is. Love seeing you here, sir. John Lacey, of course, man. Gosh, it's been a minute. All right, what's been going on? Leave some comments for me. Let's overlay them just in case somebody shows up. Hello, Stephen Ing. Been seeing you talking about the self-publication action. And digging that. Dean LeBay, haven't seen you lately. Kelly, good to see you here. Awesome, man. You just show up. Like I haven't been live for a while. So if there's something you guys want to talk about or somebody, whatever, just lay it out there. I rearranged my office this week, which I was pretty excited about. Hello, Georgia. Hello, Georgia. And just got to stay fresh. Got to stay fresh because I have decided to. Oh, Jackie Hallberg's here. Gosh, got the whole gang in the house practically. All right, Amber, would you be kind enough if you are still here and can hear me? Let the Firesiders know that this is a thing. If they want to know, it's getting a little late for the East Coasters, but good old Nadine may be back. I'm looking at myself here on the LinkedIn feed, and boy, that resolution looks pretty good. Lighting looks pretty good. It's actually a little bit darker on the LinkedIn screen than on the Restream, so that's interesting. In any case, yeah. So technical stuff. So a few things going on. Missing Gabe Leal. Don't know what happened to that guy, man. He's gone off platform for a while. Would love to see him back. If anybody knows where he is, would love just to give him a word of encouragement and to let him know that he is definitely missed. Had a big old hello, Jesse. Oh, it's nice to see you. I haven't seen you in this neck of the woods lately. But then again, this neck of the woods has been closed for a while. I have not been live for a little bit, and have put the Hotness and Leisure show on ice for the quarter. So yeah, that's a real thing. Just kind of season of my life. That show is, particularly as you know, I'm sure Jesse, running your own main event. It's a lot, right? It's a lot. And it isn't just a lot in terms of like the time and stuff, which it's an emotional commitment, right? And I can speak for myself. I get into it, right? I get excited about it, and I love doing the coordination. I love doing all of the planning. I love doing the promotion pieces. I had a whole thing lined out how we were gonna do mini lives before before the main event for everybody. Oh wow, look if it messes up the lighting. Keep my hands down. In any case, where was I? So yeah, all of the various events that lead up to these big to the kind of the main show are intense. It was a lot, and so I am I just don't have it in me. I'm actually going to start working with Leslie Flowers. If you guys know her, she runs her own course that is in and around the Think and Grow Rich principles, and that is starting on Monday. So I want to free up some time and some energy to really be available for that as well. My family is in need of my attention through this season, so I just felt like I really need to kind of get down into into taking care of that stuff. And so we're gonna take a little break, but fully anticipate being back, and would love if anybody is like into that show or is excited about it. Really kind of open to some new ideas about how to do it. I am really listening to that feedback that we got last. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't overlay the comments. Let's do that. All right. So keep the comments rolling in, and they'll start to overlay here. So the feedback was that 6 guests was really good, and I loved having the sponsors. Right, I think the sponsors were just terrific. And apologies to Jackie that I totally spaced out on coordinating her winning the Grove Cookie Company sponsorship award. And if I have mixed up or otherwise been negligent in connecting the drawing from the Goblet of Hotness, my apologies, and we'll get that fixed up. So just let me know. All right. So that said, I love that part of it. I loved having a producer. I thought Nadine Hare stole the show. She was so good. Yeah, please talk to each other. All right. Because we are all here in this moment. I want to celebrate that this group of people who is in this house, right? So Stephen and Hunter and David, Kelly, Jackie, Jesse was here for a minute if she's still around. All of you, right? Look, we're in this moment together. Right? We're all together here. And I think that really speaks to the power of what this live streaming brings to the table, and why it's such a great option, even if it is hard to get like mass audience. So what? Right? I mean, let's celebrate that. Hello, Jesse. I'm glad you're still here. All right. So I love that we're all in this moment, right? And that way, hello, Sam. Look, Sam's here too. And if you're not listening to what Sam is saying right now, okay, so I got to hear, like, she went live, did this kind of a monologue the other day, and man, she's a superstar, right? I mean, she's got a knack for it. She gets it, knows how to speak, how to articulate her thoughts, and yeah, so her show's coming. Phoenix Forged, and that is all spelled correctly. There was some dialogue about that, and that's going to be good. That's going to be a good show. I think people are going to really, really resonate with that, and it comes from her heart and her experience. So Sam Sierra's got her deal coming up, and it's going to be a podcast format, so it'll be pre-recorded, which I think is appropriate for her show. And for that show in particular, just because it's sensitive, right? Some of the talking about trauma, talking about how we recover from trauma. Yeah, we want to. I mean, it makes sense to me to create a protected space for that to happen. So hats off to Sam for what she is investing in and building. And yeah, so we're gonna party on with her. And yeah, so this week, gosh, it's been exciting, right? There's been a lot of cool stuff. We had we had the holiday. So if anybody who's listening who's not from the United States, 4th of July is our Independence Day, and they light off fireworks like crazy, and it's a cool thing. It's fun. My dogs do not like it. I know Sandra J. She's got a dog. I know that Yuval Ackerman has a dog, and yeah, and so I'm pretty sure that Gretchen Skalka's dog Newman doesn't like. I mean, I don't know a dog that likes the fireworks, right? But so I have this one dog. She's a rescue we got from out of Houston, and they have kill shelters down there. I'm told if Ken Dunner's in the house, maybe somebody could tag him in. That'd be great. Let him know that we're doing this thing. But I think Ken, if I'm not mistaken, lives in Houston. Anybody else is around there, know that I have a Houston dog, right? And my Houston dog she's the best. I mean, I got to tell you. So that she is the sweetest, most loving, kind-hearted, just mellow soul that you ever wanted to meet. And I know that we're all attached to our dogs and we're all silly about them and whatnot. But I'm telling you, this dog is great, right? I love her. I didn't know I was a dog person. So we got this dog, and fireworks come around, and she is a mess. So yeah. So that was real. So she had to sleep in our bedroom, like next to the bed, and she snores and she makes noise in her sleep. So it's hard for me to sleep, but the dog's scared, but she won't go anywhere else. So yeah. Anyway, so 4th of July, big holiday, dogs freak out. That's the story. If anybody is not in the US, that was kind of what happened. So this week is kind of weird, right? Like I've been trying to work a little bit and well, a lot because I have a job and I have to do it. And but it's strange because it's particularly in the tech industry, it's pretty quiet, right? It's pretty shut down. So not a lot going on. And yeah, so that's real. Now the other thing that's going on right now is that I'm actually trialing a that's very sweet of you to say, Jackie. I love that. Yeah, she's just great. Her name is Evie. She's 100% black, even has a black tongue. So people comment on that. But the other dog is a Lab Vizsla mix. So she's red and she's very much a Vizsla. If anybody knows what Vizslas are like, they're jumpy, high energy, and they're a handful. Yeah. So anyway, hello Nathan. Glad to see that you are here, buddy. I thought that said pooping in here for a minute, but that's me because you know what? I am actually 9 years old. Believe it or not. Yeah. So I want to say again, thanks to Nathan for taking picture of his ice cream cone earlier this week. And I'm going to get back to the software I'm trialing because that's actually big news. That is actually legit. So where was I? Oh yeah. So Nathan, ice cream cone, Marionberry, blackberry, whatever it was, cheesecake, monster cone. That looks so good. And it was so much fun to connect with Rachel Pierce about that because look, I live in Northwest Washington State. So Washington is arguably one of the most progressive sort of blue, if you will, blue states. And I know that maybe that's a bold statement, but we're pretty much there. I'm making a point. All right, hold me to it. So imagine, okay, we've got this blue state, and I live in the center of the bluest city in the state. Okay, and so I've got an ice cream parlor, and this ice cream parlor, it reflects that. So we got flavors like cardamom and turmeric and lavender ice and what else? It was olive oil ice cream. Come on, look, that ain't ice cream. I'm sorry, I'm just no. Well, the deal is I got to go out to Linden, which is, and it's about, I don't know, 20-minute drive. So from here, and Linden is sort of the anti-Bellingham. Right. So there's places like that. And I don't really want to go to Linden, but Rachel Pierce was so, I don't know, hopeful, I guess. I was inspired. Like, and Nathan's ice cream was so like, mouth watering that we actually, yeah, olive oil ice cream, believe it or not. Blech. Who wants that? Come on. That's not ice cream. So we go out to, we split the difference and we go to Ferndale, which is about a 10-minute drive. Great little ice cream place. And ice cream cones are $1.60. All right. $1.60 because it's run by a local dairy and they believe in cheap ice cream cones. And that's great because the ice cream cones in Bellingham downtown at the local parlor are like $5 for this stupid little ice cream cone that's like the size of my pinky, olive oil flavor. Come on. Blah. So yeah, I'm gonna give it up for the rural ice cream makers in Whatcom County, Washington. We do grow the best strawberries and the raspberries will be coming on. So yeah, no, it's not on the ice cream, Stephen. It is the ice cream flavor. Okay, it's olive oil ice cream flavor. I can't even. Oh, no, we're not doing that. No, not doing that. So. Yeah, that happened. All right. So I just want to say thank you. So, and I got a chance, I put up a picture of my girls, right? So they're both social media, people, particularly my youngest. She's a teenager through and through. And yeah, so she likes getting her picture taken with dad, believe it or not. So if you think that that's the last picture I'm ever going to take with them, yeah, you got another thing coming because, hey, I, olive oil ice cream. Sorry, Nathan. I just had to do that. Yeah. So, so you're going to see more pictures of me with my daughters because I love them and I think they're beautiful and they're willing. So yeah, that'll be happening over the next couple of months. But, all right. So here's the news. I am trialing a product called Fist Bump. and it is being made by Brandon Lee, and I am working on this thing, and I'm very excited about it. So the reason I'm excited about it is it is allowing basically what is the function that it has, and I think for creators is really going to be cool. Is that it is a it allows us to create lists of the people that we follow, and I've created now. I've got it's about 100 or so now that I've of you people. All right, everybody in here, everybody in here is on that list somewhere, right? Is on one of those lists, and it's I'm kind of trying to figure out like how to make sense out of this. We get these lists, right, and then I'm able to use that tool to actually maintain engagement on a more regular basis without being in an intentional way, right? I like to say that. It's hotness unleashing, right? That's what it is. It's my stealth hotness unleashing, right? So that I can actually get to your content. Because before, what was happening is I'd had all these people belled, and a lot of them I'd kind of lost track of, right? I wasn't really down with their content or whatever, but they were belled because somebody along the way said I needed to follow them or something. Okay, so I belled them. Well, then I'd get their content, and it would be constantly just like coming in, right? And for me, I don't know if it's about you guys, but when that new content notification comes in, I felt sort of compelled to look at it, right? Like to engage with it somehow. And 9 times out of 10, that notification was like delayed by 6 hours or something. So if it was anybody like JL Leach or, Laura Acosta or some, heavy hitter who's getting like a bajillion engagements, I was always late anyway, right? I was like, 2,700 likes later. I mean, so I figured Jay would never see me. And so what, like he was doing fine. So I'm like, okay, I mean, I could lurk on it, but, so what I'm doing now is saying, all right, I'm going to control that. So I unbelled everybody, right? Everybody in the house, Samantha, Nathan, Steven, Jesse, you've all been unbelled. Okay. But you're on a list. And so now I can activate that list, and I can come back in and I can say, show me everybody's content, for like in the last 24 hours. Right. And it'll rank it by when it was published. And I got to tell you, that allows me to then focus on, okay, now I'm commenting. Now I am commenting on this particular group of people. And it puts me in the frame of mind where I'm like, okay, I kind of know the tone. I know what I need to be ready for. I know like, okay, it's this time of day. I sort of get a feel for it. And I feel like it's kind of put the power back in my, I've taken my power back, right, from LinkedIn, from that notification tyrant, as it were, right? So I struggle. Like I look at that notification bell, I'm like, oh, it's like 23 or 13 or like today, like right now it's at 13. I'm like, oh man, I gotta click that thing. I gotta click it. I'm not clicking it, right? Because I know that there's not any content. There's not any new content in there. And yeah, so it's all good. And now that's helped me, over the past week or so. So yeah, this tool, probably I'm going to, I'm going to support that, probably, sign up, be an affiliate or whatever, and support it the best I can. Cause I think it's a good thing. And it was actually struck me as funny because there's been a lot of whinge. There was a typo by one of my friends, and maybe it wasn't a typo. Maybe it's actually a word, WINGE. I hope that I continue to use this word. And whinge is apparently a new word for coined by none other than the Spocked, for crying, complaining, moaning, and all that. It might be, maybe it's a word he knows, and I know it, but I thought it was a typo, and so I'm not letting that go. Any case, where was I? So there's been a lot of whinging around algo. Okay, totally a real word. Great, thank you, Samantha. New to me. Whinge. Okay, whinge. So there's whinging going on about the algo. So I figure, well, look, if the algo is not going to take care of me, then I'm not going to serve it. I'm just gonna go out to each individual person and respond to their latest post, and I'm going to do that as frequently as is humanly possible. And if it isn't humanly possible, then I guess you got missed. But I'm not spending time randomly scrolling through the feed. So if we want to I am thrilled to find new creators and engage and leave comments and do all that. Can't wait, want more. And I'm constantly looking, and I will absolutely do it. So, and for example, as I was kind of cruising around, and Jackie Hallberg today, if you guys haven't seen her thank you unwrapping video from Grove Cookie Company, I think I mentioned this 20 minutes ago, but it's great. It's great. So Jackie, welcome to one of my lists, right? You're there. Right? So I'm going to start seeing your stuff, and we're gonna make it happen, right? So the whinge. Okay, I love it when I don't know anything, right? And that's how it. So whinge. Okay, that was new to me. All right, so MD, what do we got here? Looking forward to joining the comments. Let's bring the liveliness of a live stream to this hangout session and engage some insightful discussions together, man. That's what we're doing. That is what we are doing. So, and Lydia Lowry Bustler, great. Yes. Whinge ice cream. I'm going to whinge about olive oil ice cream and cardamom and turmeric. What is that? That's not ice cream. That's not even, I don't even know what that is. Yeah. So anyway, all right. So let's see other big news. All right. So we got that tool. We're going to do that. I'm going to be talking about that ad nauseum. The content thing where I did the split content between the Hotness Unleasher show, the Hotness Unleasher show business page. That's sort of happening, but now that I'm not doing the show for a little while, that's kind of get tapered off a little bit. So that's going to sit over there. I want to say thank you to David Ketchen for his wonderful supportive note over the last week. I think it was. I was out, and just want to say, man, I really appreciated your vote of confidence. Hey, this is business, leveraging business pages in an intelligent way, or at all, even if it's not intelligent. Let's try it. Yeah, Lydia, my local gelato place is. We went there recently, and it was okay. It was okay, and maybe there's a better place, but yeah. Good night, Nathan. Thank you for coming. Have a great time being in the outer New York, wherever you are, place. Yeah. So there you go. I know it's getting late for you. All right. So David Ketchen, want to say again, thank you for being so supportive on that. I think that's coming. There's these thought leadership ads. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Thought leadership ads where the business can promote the post or pay to promote a post somehow or other. I don't know how it works exactly, but I don't know. I'm not sure that's. I don't love that. Don't love it at all, because I think it undermines really what the value of this platform is, and what we're discovering is that it is a uniquely powerful way for two humans to talk to each other, right? Or maybe a small group of humans, right? It's not. I mean, yeah, okay, we can run ads and we can do all that stuff. Okay, that's fine. But it's also awesome for just being able to talk to each other. That's what I get excited about. And I don't see that changing, right? I mean, unless they yank the DM function, but then we could just DM each other somewhere else. I mean, it's pretty good stuff. So what else? So yeah, so rearrange the office. So now I used to have a standing desk. Decided I didn't like the standing desk anymore. I had that for a better part of, I don't know, 9 months or so. I got sick of it. So yeah, sorry. But my feet were not digging it. They never really adjusted to it, and I didn't like it. I think it created some inefficiencies for me. So now the objective is to actually get up and move around regularly. So we will be cutting this off at 40 minutes because that is the maximum amount of time that I allow for these events. And I just want to say thank you again so much for everybody just hanging out, right? Love that you see each other here, and again, embracing that we're here in a moment on July 6th, 2023, July 7th, 2023 for our friends in who aren't or in New Zealand or Australia. And also saying like, hey, I have a coworker I was talking to today, and she's in South Africa, and who is one of my client success managers, and she's saying like it's flipping cold right now. It's like -5 degrees Celsius when she gets up in the morning. Like, wow, okay, that's cold. So there's a mind bender for you, which means David, you must be cold too, because unless I got my geography all mixed up, which is probably true. It's winter where you are. Yeah, I forget this stuff, right? So, any case, it's hot right where I am right now. It's getting warm in my office because I can't have I don't have AC where I live because it just doesn't stay hot enough to make it make sense. And my house is 110 years old, so it's too much of a hassle to install, and it would look weird with a window unit hanging out the front. So yeah. So any case, no AC for me, so it's getting a little warm in here. All right, but I did rearrange the office, so I'm excited about that. So the lighting is a little different now, based on that. So I'm trying to experiment with that. I've got the mic is a little bit closer. I had to adjust the. Good night, Sam. I love having you show up tonight. So much appreciate all your energy and everything you bring. All right, yeah. So that's happening. What else is happening? Anybody got anything that they're cooking up? As far as if I see comments, I'm going to try to respond to them. All right. So what else is going on? The content. All right. So I've taken a slightly snarkier tone in my business content, and I don't know if you guys have noticed that a little bit, but that's I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Just kind of fooling around with that. Just kind of between us. It's not by mistake. So if you have noticed, if you've seen that a little bit, I just want to see how that lands. Now it isn't just snark for snark's sake, right? I'm actually trying to say, like, hey, here's a thing that I saw, and I think it's kind of dumb, and then offer a solution, right? Like, okay, if I'm going to call something dumb, then I need to come up with a counterpoint, right? I can't just call it dumb and then walk away. That's lame. So doing that, and so if you guys notice that I get out of bounds, or I get too mean, or I say something nasty, so see how I just play with my mic where that sits, and that leaves a shadow. Give me some pushback, right? Let me know. Like, I don't want to be mean. That's not how I roll. But I am trying to push for improvement, right? Trying to push for, like, we can, particularly in B2B marketing, and particularly sales and social prospecting and social selling, and how we behave out here as sellers. We can do better. All right. So there you go. So that was a thing I said today. So today's advice. There you go. I gave some advice. Advice. Yeah. Okay. I said, look, if you are a social prospector and you are out and you find one of your clients, one of your prospects who has posted some content, and that content isn't getting any kind of engagement, or even is getting some engagement, you are not invited to pitch your stuff in the comments. Okay. You're not. All right. You're not invited to pitch slap. So connect and pitch. Not invited to do that. And you're not invited to leave a pitch for your stuff in their comments, particularly if they have no other comments at all. Okay. We're not doing that. There's my old salty old seller. This is how this is going to go, kind of thing. And, because nobody wants that. All right. Give your clients what they want, for Pete's sake. They want, yes, of course, we post something. We all want engagement, right? We want a reaction. We want, we want something, we want feedback or whatever, okay, well, do that. Ask a question. See if you can initiate some dialogue. See if you can invite somebody else to see it. See if you can do anything remotely creative that isn't just pitching your stuff in a comment. Come on. I mean, that is not social prospecting. It is social lameness. So don't be lame. All right. What else we got cooking? So that's a new tone, I guess. I want you guys' feedback. So on that, all right. So now I've kind of waxed poetic about my own stuff. Yeah, and which means everybody left and quit commenting. So Sam left. All right. So Steven's still here. All right. So how are things? Are you guys surviving? I want to hear about the smoke. Is that dissipated at all? Anybody on the East Coast, if that's happening, our smoke here in the West is just sort of starting to kind of come and go. I'm a little nervous it's going to start early because it's getting hot out here. It wasn't hot really last week, but this week it's starting to warm up. And as that happens, Canada tends to catch on fire. So with that, I'm not seeing any new comments coming in. I wonder if you guys all bailed on me. All right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Lydia. I'm glad that you are still with me. Yeah. All right. Yeah. My comments are all totally scrambled. Okay. So we're just going to keep this rolling for another 8.5 minutes. All right. Where are we? So yeah, that's now, as I understand it, this is really kind of the first time that you guys have had this experience. Is that, I mean, am I right on that? Or have you had to deal with wildfire smoke, off and on? Because out here in the West, it's really been for maybe the past 8 or 9 years, maybe give or take. Usually, or it has been coming on in late July or early August. Last year we got a reprieve. It didn't come on until September, but boy, it did come when it was bad, and it's really difficult to deal with, and gets pretty nasty. So yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you guys are having to deal with it, because it's a drag, right? I mean, it used to be that out here in the particularly in the Pacific Northwest, August made it all worthwhile, right? I mean, it's just wonderful, that it'd be like a high of 85. And Jackie, great, thank you so much for coming out tonight, hanging out with us tonight. So yeah, so go have a good night's sleep, and yeah, I'll be around, and I'll be hitting your content because you're on the list. All right, so Lydia, I want to say thank you for showing up. I'm going to add you to the list. Don't let me forget. So you'll be seeing me on your content too, as long as you're posting on a regular basis. Got to make a note so I don't forget. All right, doing that. One of the things I love is I got this old 50s style, like, I don't know, Boeing World War II Air Force desk. It's big. It's like, I don't know, 60 by, it's a 30-inch deep and 60 inches wide. So it's big. And I got all these drawers and stuff. So I haven't had access to that in a long time. Loving that. All right. So Lydia, adding you to the old list because you were here and we're talking about it. Yeah. Bustler. Got it. All right. So Lydia, you're going to be seeing me on your content. We're going to make that happen. Okay, whether you like it or not, but everybody likes having action on their content. At least I do, right? I love it. I love it when people show up and say stuff, and I love it that Peter Wheeler. Peter Wheeler is the champion guy who just jabs me constantly. Love that guy. He's so great. His energy is just perfect. Oh, look at this. Okay, Steven, you're going to be on Raki's show. Love that. Yeah, Raki. She's the best, right? She's terrific. Yeah, she runs a great show. Man, that's so good. I'm so glad that it's it's good. I'm gonna try to do this style of thing. I don't know if it'll be Thursdays. Usually I go Tuesday. This week didn't work out because it's a holiday. But I do feel a need to do this just to have the ability to do it, right? Because what happens, I don't know if you guys are thinking about doing live streaming or are inclined to be guests or whatever, but what I find is if I wait too long between going live, I get kind of mental, right? Like my head gets twisted or something, and I kind of get up in my my thinking gets off, and I can kind of create a block. So for me, that's part of what's happening here, is right. I really, really do and fully intend to get back to the Hotness and Leisure show. I want it to be better and more fun and more active than ever when it comes back in September. But I don't want to just bring it back in a vacuum, right? I don't want to bring it back and just be cold as ice and not have done anything. So yeah, so would love some ideas on maybe some things that we could do between now and then that are a little more chill, a little more low key. One of the things that I have been thinking about and had sort of planned for a while was to do a like a book reading kind of thing. I thought would be fun, or maybe like a book. Hello, Dr. Jim. Glad you're here, buddy. Dr. Jim, who got a new job in like 5 seconds after getting laid off. So that guy, if you don't know Dr. Jim and you're in this house, go get to know him. He's a boss. And talking about all kinds of great stuff. So a book. I want to know if you guys would you be down? Would you guys show up or be interested in breaking down a book? I was thinking Atomic Habits would be one that could be fun, but there's probably some more out there that could be cool that we could really like dive in and because Atomic Habits has, I think, 20 or 22 chapters, something like that. And we could really just kind of like bring in, have a couple people, like be 2 or 3 of us, and we hang out, we talk about a chapter, half hour, whatever. And then the next show we could plan it and just kind of break down each chapter and try to, I don't know, read that sucker in public. Cause I know not everybody has. And all right, Steven. So there you go. Did a virtual book club. So you're already doing it. But there you go. So yeah, Dr. Jim, maybe it's a sub brand of Hotness and Leisure. That'd be fine. But this is a smaller, low key thing that didn't have to make so much. It's just not so much energy to get it running. So if anybody has a book idea that is not Atomic Habits, that would be great. I know Adam Spock already bought his copy of Atomic Habits because I had promised that I was going to do this. I had a couple people who said that they'd be willing to take a look at that one just because it's so famous and so well regarded. And I actually have read it, but I read it too fast. And I think that particular one deserves a slower go. It needs sort of more careful, sort of methodical discussion, if you will. But I know there's a bajillion out there that are even probably better, infinitely better and could be cooler. Or maybe we say, well, if you like Atomic Habits, we're going to do that. But then we're also going to fold in a couple others or something. I don't know, something cool. So yeah, so let's if you guys want to do something like that, I'd be thrilled to host that and just kind of maybe work that over the next quarter and have some fun with it. So yeah, so let's kind of keep that out there. And if somebody is already doing that, Stephen, and you want some additional participation, I know Britta. I don't know Benita Lee, but for some reason I read that as Britta Newley. I guess I can kind of see that Benita Lee, Britta Newley. Okay, right. Yeah. So where was I? I don't know. It's getting late. All right. So we're at 39 minutes. I'm going to say you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming out. Lydia, you'll be seeing me on your content starting tomorrow. That's going to happen. Everybody else, you're already on my list. So if you didn't, if you're in the audience and you're not seeing me on your content, shoot me a DM because I have just missed it somehow. I'm really trying to capture everybody who's been like hardcore, supportive in my network, and then grow from there. So with that, I want to say thank you again. I have to find the button now because, like I said, Restream has totally messed up all of the navigation since I was in here last. So we're going to say goodnight. Love to all. Have a great evening, and I'll be back next week sometime. All right, everybody. Bye.